So I had a little bit of a problem. Yeah, the other day I was uploading the last video I did when I was putting all this together. And while it was uploading, I came out here and I did some more welding. But what I didn't realize was that inside there was a cardboard insulator. You can see part of it still there. And it caught fire. And it got going pretty good. You can see all that soot up in there. Set my wiring on fire. I cut that out. And that was all burning. And I gotta cut some more wires out. I'm gonna rewire it anyway. So what I did was I had the pick hammer laying here, so I took the pick hammer and I tried knocking off the burning part of the cardboard, and it wasn't working. So in a panic, I ran out thinking I gotta get a bucket of water because I know the hose wasn't gonna reach. So I ran out in front of the house to turn on the hose, and I noticed my wash bucket, which I busted, and had a lot of water in it. It was up over this pot here because so I brought that out here, and by the time I got back, you could see the flames from here. You could see smoke pouring out of the garage, and I figured anybody driving by, if they saw that, they would call the fire department, but I guess nobody did. Could have lost the whole garage and nobody would have noticed. So the damages, besides, kind of blistered the paint. Yeah, still coming off. Funny, the primer's holding out. Yeah. Won't take much to clean that up and repaint it. Richard says leave it the way it is. It gives it character, but it's not the kind of character I'm looking for. Also, you can see the soot here. And I think there's burn marks in here too. And all through here. Everything got burned. But it all turned out well. It's a shame my camera was in on the desk because it would have made a fascinating video. Probably would have gone viral, but I missed it. So anyways, working on this side now, and I got the floor leveled off really nice. There's a jack here, and I got to get that out, but it's kind of stuck right now, but I'll put a jack somewhere else. Now I got to finish welding the floor, but I got this corner and I got the doorpost mounted, and I still got to fill in a few missing pieces, but everything was going great before I fixed that, and now my door won't close. Something's binding down there, and I'll have to work on that later. But before I do that, I've got to replace this panel. I don't know if it shows on camera, but there's a dent here that goes down all the way to here where the back side of the fender was. I think that was from one of Ed's little accidents. He used to beat the hell out of this thing. And I was with him once when he hit a stump with that fender. We were racing with some fool, and Ed was passing him, and then he panicked and didn't think he was going to make it. So he went off onto the left side of the road into the bushes, and there was a stump in there, and he hit the stump with kind of curved up that fender a bit. And we hammered it back out, but it still looked like crap. So now I gotta, like I said, I gotta cut this off and everything. This hole that I've been using for a guide, that's the back fender bolt that holds the fender on. There's a couple of little brackets that go there. I had to buy new ones. I had one out there, and all my old fenders, I only had one bracket, so I went and bought a pair of brand new brackets. And I also got some fender bolts to bolt the inner fender to the regular fender, the outer. So I'm gonna get back to work. I know I said I wasn't gonna cover this side on the camera, but I'll just do a little bit. Okay, well, I got this patch done, and the gap seems okay on this side, except as I can't get the door to close all the way. So I welded in a bunch of the floor before I, the braces here, before I took out the braces. So now I can get inside and work inside and finish welding this, welding that, and everything. But things didn't go according to plan. You see where it twisted here when I released the brackets and the braces, and now the alignment is off again, just like it was before I put all the braces in there. Jacked everything into place, thinking everything was going to stay there once I welded it into a solid square cab. But no, even this side is a little close there. It's too close here. I think I'll have to make a cut here and push this over and re-weld it. But I'm really discouraged now. Everything is crooked again. Yeah, it dropped here too. I don't know why. But when I took off the braces, I could feel everything move, so it's no surprise. I realized then that it wasn't going to stay where it was supposed to be. But I'll work it out somehow. Anyways, it's supposed to be little dovetail things here on this. And that dovetail slides into here, and that's supposed to position the door. So I've got to get those dovetails in place and see if it's going to actually make a difference. Also, I haven't put the blocks underneath the cab. I got a set that goes with it. This side is tight. That side isn't even sitting on the block, so I don't understand why it's warped. But that's the way it goes when you're building street rods from scratch. Not everything lines up. I could have started with a nice cab, and that's what I would suggest if anyone else is going to do this. Don't start with a piece of rust like I did. I only use this cab because of the sentimental value. It used to belong to my brother Ed. He bought it in 1962, and we used to chase girls in it, and we never caught any, but we still had a lot of fun. And so I thought I'd bring it back. This is my second attempt. The first time I gave up, and I built a truck when I had a decent cab, so I put the other cab on there and had no problems. But this time I sold that truck, and I didn't have another good cab, and I really wanted to use this one. So I don't know if I'm gonna or not, and I may have to go out and find another cab. So I'm discouraged with the 40 Ford pickup, so I've got other things to do. So I put this canopy up, put the Mustang under here, and I've got to start tearing the engine apart and see if I can figure out why there's no compression on the #1 cylinder. So I have to disassemble. Got to pull out the distributor, the intake manifold, and that head, and see if I can't figure out what the problem is. So maybe I'll do a video on that. So anyways, I don't know if you should like this video because I don't like it, but hit the like button anyway, because you're along for the ride. And be sure to comment about what a terrible job I done, and tell me what I did wrong. And also, if you would subscribe if this is your first time watching this, because there's only like 360 people who give a shit what I'm doing out here in the backyard. But that's 353 more than I expected to give a shit. So anyways, that's it for now. Gotta go upload this, have some lunch, and come back and attack this car.